The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is giving an address. Let's listen in.
This with the Ukrainian president and agreed together on this, and now we're trying to find a way in this difficult situation to build on that format. It exists as a format for talks, but let me be very concrete. The situation is serious and remains serious. The troops are there, and they would be sufficient to launch a military invasion of the whole of Ukraine, and none of us can tell at this point in time how things will evolve. So it is important that we react to what has happened immediately, that this happens quickly, and that the EU and the US and many others as well act together. And we have prepared this. Sorry, no microphone. The situation remains unchanged. What we do is strengthening the resilience of Ukraine, economic resilience as well, by being one of the most important donors, financial donors, and we will remain the most important donor, and we have prepared for this moment, and we are prepared for future developments as well. So Europe and the US will be able to react quickly. It won't take much time. We're not starting now. We have prepared for this over the last few weeks and months, as the federal government has done, as you can see today.
Danke, Derek Scully, Irish Times. Herr Bundeskanzler, egal was Russland...
Mr. Chancellor, regardless of what Russia wants to do in Ukraine and regardless of Nord Stream 2, Germany is a big buyer of gas from Russia and will remain so. What are you doing in order to reduce this dependency? How do you want to change this?
An MP from Mr. Scholz's party, Jens Zimmermann, told me that unless Ireland gets more active on data protection and its European data protection responsibilities, it could damage Ireland's reputation in Germany the way Ireland's fiscal policy did. Do you accept that criticism, and will the government move to review the DPA, the Data Protection Authority procedures in Ireland that we've been waiting for since July? Thank you.
Thank you for raising this question. Energy supply in Germany means that about 1/3 of our supply is from gas, and half of that comes from imports from Russia. The other imports come from Norway, the Netherlands mainly, and many other places. We have started a long time ago to reduce our dependency on gas by deciding that within only 25 years we want to have a CO2 neutral economy. Germany will shift its energy supply to an electricity-based supply. We are expanding our offshore wind energy capacities, solar energy capacities in a massive way, 600 terawatt hours now to 800 by the end of this decade, and probably twice as much by 2045, in order to be able to produce chemical substances, cement and steel without the use of fossil fuels. And what we will be using in terms of gas will be different from what we're seeing today. It will be hydrogen that we use, and we will also have to import hydrogen, but we'll be able to produce quite a big share of our need as well. And this is the big modernization project that we have embarked on. We are always continuously analyzing our situation. We are making sure that the import capacities and possibilities we will have in the future too, in order to import gas into Germany, will be diversified even more. It is a task for us. It is a task for many others as well. You know that there are countries in Europe that have a much bigger share of gas in their energy mix and a bigger share of gas coming from Russia. So it is a big common European task that we will be able to master together.
I would accept the criticisms in relation to our Data Protection Commission. I think we've expanded and allocated additional resources year on year. I have confidence in Helen Dixon as the leader of that commission in terms of her competence and capability. And undoubtedly the area continues to grow and develop and becomes more challenging. But certainly, as far as we're concerned, in terms of the EU framework that has been agreed in terms of this area of governance, our Data Protection Commission is well up to the mark.
Herr Bundeskanzler, ich hätte ganz gerne nochmal nach.
Mr. Chancellor, I would like to ask another question about consultation within the EU. Both of you said that the EU stands in unity. Is this unity really a given? Can you be sure that all EU member states will agree on the sanctions package and will support it, or will the like-minded impose sanctions without others if necessary? And there is criticism about this staged imposition of sanctions because Putin has now started. He has destabilized Ukraine in the long term by his actions. And why are you not triggering a big sanctions package now? What is the goal? Does Putin have to withdraw the recognition, or what is your goal? What do you want to reach? Thank you very much. We will not accept this recognition. We cannot accept that. And this is why it is important that we react swiftly. And I share the optimism my colleague expressed that we will have an agreement within the EU. We have discussed this in detail over a long period of time. It has been prepared. Of course, discussions will be held in the bodies involved, but what will happen, I am convinced, is a strong package that relates to what we have seen on the ground, and the preparations have been made for also what happens in terms of a worsening of the situation and further escalation. So I won't go on forever. I am quite confident that we will be able to reach a conclusion together here, and I think this is right. Reacting to what we've seen with measures now, a robust reaction, similar with what the US is doing, and measures that we have prepared in case of further escalation. What we of course want to absolutely prevent, because that is the goal of what we're doing, preventing such an escalation.
There you go. That was the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz giving an address in Berlin, obviously about the escalating crisis involving Ukraine and Russia, especially after the developments of this morning after Russia recognizing the two breakaway regions in Ukraine. Olaf Scholz clearly said that Germany will be halting the Nord Stream 2 pipeline project. He, in a sense, was shoring up European support in this conflict and also talking about alternatives. Remember, the Nord Stream 2 pipeline is crucial and has been used already to drive a wedge between Germany and the United States and has become somewhat of a key bargaining chip in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The $11 billion gas pipeline across the Baltic Sea, which is owned by Russia's state-backed energy giant Gazprom, runs from Western Siberia to Germany and doubles the capacity of the already in use Nord Stream pipeline. And since the West has been talking and threatening Russia with sanctions, this pipeline has been a major bargaining chip and has been sort of used as a chip to drive more power wedges in the Ukraine conflict. Olaf Scholz clearly talking about the fact that he hopes that there will be a diplomatic solution to this crisis, but that Europe, in a sense, is prepared for future developments. And the focus of Germany as of now is to strengthen the economic resilience of Ukraine. And he also said that Germany will continue to remain an important financial donor to Ukraine.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.